All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at reviewing experimental design and kind of going over some of the vocabulary that we have here. So let's look at this scenario. Mrs. Dewitt wants to know if giving treats to her students will improve their quiz scores. She gives lollipops to one class, gummy bears to her second class, and chocolate to her third class. She compares this to her very unlucky fourth class that gets no candy at all. She uses the same quiz and does this on the same day, and each class has 20 students. So we actually get the results on this one. So the lollipop class average is 86%, gummy bear class average is 80%, chocolate class is 95%, and the no candy got an 83%. All right, so let's look at the first question we have here. Which people are in the control group? So remember, control is the normal group, the one that we haven't done any changes to. So that's going to be our fourth period class that doesn't get any candy. All right, still working on trying this new stylus out. What is the independent variable? So the independent and dependent variable, remember that the IV is what we change and the DV is what we measure. So sometimes I think it's easier to start with what we're measuring. So for this one, we actually have the results. So we know that this right here is what we measure. So we're looking at the average percent. So we're looking at the quiz score. All right, so then what are we changing? We can also look at our results to figure this out. We are changing the different types of candy. All right, so my hypothesis, remember that's going to be an if. So if the IV is going to increase, decrease, or change, then the DV will increase or decrease or change. So I'll let you fill that in. Now the conclusion. So the conclusion, I'm going to look at my results to find out, and not surprising, which one is the best candy to help. That's going to be chocolate. So we're going to talk about how chocolate provided the highest quiz score. Now, I don't think that you're going to get chocolate each time. Now, repeated trials. That's how many times the experiment is done. And if we go back up here, we can see that each class has 20 students in it. So it's actually repeated 20 times. All right, how many levels of the independent variable are there? So we're just going to count. So right here we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 levels, so 4 options that we have. So that's our first scenario.